put our wheels on our bike. First thing we got to do is put our quick release skewers back in. And just a quick reminder, the lever of the skewer goes on the non-drive side of the wheel, just so you don't get them in backwards. Pretty easy to identify the drive side and non-drive side on the rear wheel, because of course the drive side has the cassette cogs on it. On the front wheel, we just use the branding on the hub as our guide. If we were sitting in the saddle looking down at our wheel, we'd be able to read the branding. And so we know that this is the drive side and this is the non-drive side. So we'll slip our quick release skewer on in there. And lever on the non-drive side. Very good. Okay, we're going to put our rear wheel on first. We only do that because the front of the bike can balance on the fork. I've opened up the brake caliper so the pads are as wide apart as they can be. Just got to pull that derailleur back out of the way and drop right down into our dropouts. You know, as we close up our lever, I want to remind you also that we don't want to close the lever up against any of the frame members like so. If you do that, the lever isn't closed all the way. So try and avoid closing it against the frame members. I like to close it in between the two, then it can cam all the way over and be completely closed. Now we're ready to put our front wheel in. Get that lever on the non-drive side. Again, I've opened up that brake caliper to help the tire clear the brake pads. Slide that guy in there. Okay. All right. And again, just like on the rear, we don't want to close up that quick release skewer against the fork leg, because it's not actually closing all the way over. We want to make sure we close that in front of or behind the fork leg. That way the skewer can cam all the way over. When I've got it at the right tension, I also want to just double check, make sure that I've got that wheel perfectly centered in the front. And now that I've got my front wheel in, I can come back to my rear wheel, a little downward pressure on the saddle, give that wheel a shake, and I can be assured that my wheels are centered in the frame. Can't get a proper brake adjustment if the wheels aren't centered in the frame. All right, so